somewhere between the quiet in your soul and the chaos outside, lies a power most women never even realize they have the ability to control, not just your emotions, but the emotions of everyone around you. I'm going to show you exactly how to turn that quiet, serene composure into a magnetic force that makes them obsess over you without ever raising your voice, without ever chasing, without ever giving away your leverage. Because here's the secret. Desire doesn't come from attention. It comes from restraint. It comes from a woman who moves through the world with calm, deliberate intent, who smiles softly and lets them wonder what she's thinking, who knows that her calm is more intoxicating than beauty, more alluring than drama, more powerful than any act of boldness. I remember the first time I truly understood this, sitting across from someone who thought he knew me, thinking he had control over my attention, only to realize he was unraveling quietly, subtly, because I didn't flinch. I didn't react. I simply existed in stillness. And in that moment, I understood what philosophers have whispered through centuries. The more tranquil a mind, the greater its power. It's the way kings have been captivated by queens without even realizing why. The way men linger in your presence, not because you demand it, but because your energy commands it effortlessly. So today, I'm going to teach you the intimate mechanics of emotional control, how to cultivate it, how to use it, and how to become a woman whose calm creates subtle obsession. I'm going to teach you to harness the tiny, almost invisible shifts in energy that make people lean in. Watch closely and think about you long after you've left the room, all while maintaining that unshakable composure that screams high value, high power, untouchable confidence. You'll learn to recognize the moments when people are emotionally reacting to you without knowing why. And you'll learn to tilt that energy, like a silent magnet, in your favor. You'll understand the art of appearing vulnerable yet untouchable, warm yet untamed, approachable yet completely unattainable. And you'll realize that every micro-expression, every subtle pause, every glance or deliberate silence can be a tool in your arsenal, an instrument of influence that drives desire, intrigue, and obsession. It's the same principle that luxury brands use to make you crave them. You know they exist. You admire them. You want them, but they never plead. They never explain. They simply radiate value. And that's exactly how you will operate in every interaction, every relationship, every fleeting encounter. I want you to start noticing how your reactions or lack thereof shift the energy around you. How simply choosing to remain calm when someone pushes, pressures, or provokes actually magnifies your power. You're learning to be the storm and the stillness simultaneously, one who stirs curiosity without moving a muscle, the one who makes them pause, wondering, calculating, imagining, always just slightly out of reach. And I promise you, once you understand this, you'll never have to chase attention again, because attention will chase you. Desire will follow, subtly, irresistibly, almost unconsciously. And as you watch this video, I want you to reflect. Where have you been giving your energy away? Where have you allowed yourself to react, to chase, to give explanation instead of grace? Start practicing control now, just by breathing, by pausing, by letting silence do the talking, letting your composure speak volumes. Because here's the truth no one tells you. Obsession isn't manufactured through drama, or declarations, or desperate longing. It's cultivated through mastery of yourself. And mastery begins the moment you decide that your energy is your own, untouchable, priceless, and worthy of reverence. And while you're absorbing this, go ahead, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below the first place you're going to practice this control. Because once you feel it, you'll want to share it. And I want to see where your power takes you first. Now, let's dive into the subtle science of influence, the quiet, almost invisible ways that your emotional mastery can create obsession without effort, without manipulation, and without appearing calculating. It starts with awareness of yourself, of your reactions, and of their reactions to you. You must notice how tension in a voice, a flicker in the eyes, a small hesitation can reveal the emotional state of someone who thinks they are controlling the interaction. And once you see it, you can gently guide it, like a conductor leading an orchestra, with the softest of gestures, the faintest of smiles, and the tiniest of pauses that say more than words ever could. I recall a dinner with someone who, at first glance, thought he had the upper hand. He was charming, confident, seemingly untouchable. But I had learned the principle of measured reaction, of holding my own emotional space. I let him talk. I let him assert. I let him believe he was leading the rhythm of the evening. And all the while, I remained steady, soft-spoken, composed, lightly laughing at his jokes, not because I needed to please him, but because I was watching the unfolding pattern, the invisible pull of control that comes from calm mastery. By the end of the night, he was leaning in closer, asking questions he didn't even realize he wanted to ask, seeking my opinions, subtly craving approval without ever demanding it. This is not manipulation. It's psychology. It's philosophy. It's the art of presence, knowledge that your energy is a force, more magnetic than drama, more seductive than desperation. And here's the important part. The world rewards women who can feel deeply, yet remain unshaken. Men, colleagues, friends, love us. They notice it instinctively. They may not name it. They may not understand it. But they are drawn to it, unconsciously compelled by the stillness that hints at strength, wisdom, and untouchable self-possession. I want you to visualize this. Imagine walking into a room, fully aware of your own energy, fully conscious of your emotional reactions, your posture, your gaze. Notice the effect you have when you don't chase attention, when you don't react impulsively, when you simply hold yourself as a center of calm. Watch as subtle glances linger, as voices soften, as questions form in their minds that they haven't yet spoken. That's obsession forming, quietly, elegantly, powerfully, and it's all because you mastered yourself first. It's the high-level feminine game that no one teaches you to cultivate influence without seeming forceful, how to create intrigue without being provocative, and how to let your value be understood in the silences, the pauses, the spaces between words. And as you practice this, you will notice patterns show to respond, when to hold back, when to smile, and how a simple delay or a soft laugh can shift the entire dynamic. You're creating subtle obsession through self-possession, through composure, and through the undeniable, invisible power of calm confidence. Every small detail counts. How you position your body, how your eyes move, how your energy radiates or withdraws. And I want you to start thinking now. Who in your life needs to feel the gravity of your calm mastery first? Who needs to witness your emotional poise without realizing the magnetic effect it has on them? Begin practicing today in small moments at the coffee shop, in meetings, over text, even in passing conversations. Each interaction is a laboratory for your power. And while you experiment, go ahead, comment below the most surprising reaction someone had when you held your calm instead of reacting. Sharing your experiences will help you recognize patterns, and patterns will help you refine this power until it becomes effortless, until it becomes instinct, until it becomes second nature. This is your invitation into a new level of influence, a space where your subtle mastery creates desire, attraction, and obsession without ever needing to demand it, without ever needing to prove yourself, and without ever compromising your energy for anyone else. And finally, the ultimate truth that most women never fully embrace. Emotional control is not about being cold. It's not about shutting off. And it's certainly not about manipulation. It's about creating a presence so magnetic, so serene, so confident that people can't help but orbit around your energy, quietly fascinated, subtly obsessed, and almost unknowingly compelled to want more of your presence. It's about the quiet dominance of calm, the philosophical elegance of self-possession, the psychological impact of restraint paired with awareness. When you fully embody this, every word you say carries weight. Every glance has purpose. Every smile tempts and teases without apology. And every pause becomes a strategic instrument of influence. You will notice men leaning in, colleagues deferring, friends questioning, lovers subtly craving, but none of them will know why. And that, my dear, is the intoxicating power of stillness, the understated elegance of feminine mastery, and the secret to creating subtle obsession everywhere you go. Remember, this isn't about drama. It isn't about being loud. It isn't about proving your worth to anyone. It's about owning your energy, perfecting your reactions, and moving through the world as a woman whose calm is more powerful than beauty, whose presence is more magnetic than attention, and whose mastery over herself creates desire naturally, effortlessly, and irresistibly. So start today, practice relentlessly, own your emotional space, and watch as the world quietly bends toward your energy. And before you leave this video, go ahead subscribe if you haven't already, turn on notifications, and comment the one tactic you're most excited to use first. Because I promise, once you feel this power, you will be unstoppable, you will be magnetic, and you will want to come back here again and again, to refine it, to sharpen it, and to witness just how far your calm, your subtlety, and your quiet mastery can take you. This is your moment, your secret, your quiet throne of influencing once you claim it. Nothing, and no one, will ever control your energy again.